Hello YouTube, I am Donald, the solo RPG guy. Welcome to my channel. This channel I will be discussing and reviewing products that people can use for their role-playing games, both for GMs, players, but it'll be focused more on those that are playing their RPGs solo. There seems to be a resurgence in solo RPG gaming of late. There are several other YouTube channels which go over several different aspects of solo RPG, such as the Geek Gamers channel and Artichoke Dip. And I just decided I will throw in my 2 cents here and go over products and things that will help me and possibly have helped me and that will hopefully help you when you try to do your own solo RPGing. Because most people, they'll start off, they got their rule system, they like it, they make their character, they sit down at the table, and then boom, they hit a wall. They're stuck. And I'm going to use this channel to just show off things that I've used that have helped me, give a general review of the quality of the product, and things of that nature. If you like the channel, please hit the like button on the videos and subscribe. And please, if you see a link in the description, that will probably be an affiliate link, and that will help me purchase more products to help you guys out to review and just show on the channel. So welcome to my first review. We'll be going over this particular deck of cards here in a minute. So thank you, and we'll get started. Okay, the first thing I want to go over right now is the quality of the product. As you can see here, I have your typical standard magic card. I apologize for any glare. Cell phone quality may not be the best quality for YouTube, but it's what I've got, and that's what I'm going to use. Most RPGers are familiar with Magic on one form or another, Magic the Gathering. We all know it comes from Wizards of the Coast, the fathers of D&D right now, which is the biggest RPG out there, and they have the tendency to try to throw out a quality product. So this is a good card base, I guess, to judge the quality of these cards. Now, as far as the card stock is concerned, they're pretty much equivalent. Actually, these cards have a little bit more stiffness than the Magic card does. So as far as quality is concerned, as far as the card stock, it is very, very good. And as you can, minus the glare, I apologize, you can see, lots of artwork, a little bit of artwork on here. It's easy to read. So the quality of the product in and of itself is pretty good. As you can see here, the name of the product is called the Gamemaster's Apprentice. Storytelling cards. They retail for, I believe, $19.99 for the physical cards themselves. $9.99 if you just want to get the PDF. However, I would not recommend the PDF, because then when you go to print these cards, as you can see, there'd be a lot of black ink, and that would just be a waste of ink. It might just be, it's really best just to go ahead and order the cards themselves. And then for an extra $2, I think, you'll get this nice little plastic case to store and protect your cards. And I know some people are really, really protective of their cards, so they could go ahead and, sleeve these if they so wanted to. Right now I haven't sleeved these cards, but I have tons of cards for tons of different things, so sleeving them would cost me a small fortune right now. I could always go through my Magic collection and take my cards from out of their protective sleeves and put these in there. But I would have to make sure they're clear sleeves, because one of the bonuses for this deck of cards is they are double-sided. So you get double bang for your buck. There's 60 cards here in the set, back, both front and back. So you got basically you have 120 cards. The creator of the game has also provided some ways to use the card, and you can go ahead and follow his instructions if you so desire to use these cards. However, you decide to use these cards, though, is solely limited to your imagination. There are so many different ways you can use these cards to help you as a GM and as a solo player. I'm going to go over the anatomy of a card real quick. And for that, it might be better if I actually switch to the PDF so you can see these things a little bit better. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and switch over to the PDF, and then we'll go from there. Okay, I've got the PDF up, and now I'm going to go over the anatomy of a card. And as I go through this, just think of ways you can use this to help you, whether you're a GM at the table and the PCs do something that, you know, throws you off track, or as this channel is dedicated to, the solo gamer, help you progress your story, whatever the story may be for what your character is going to do or has to face, or things of that nature. This first thing right here, this number here, is a difficulty generator. It is bell curved from the numbers 1 to 10. There are tons of 5s and 6s, a little less of the, you know, the 4s and the 7s, a little less of the 3s and the 8s, the 2s and the 9s, and then when you get down to the 1 and 10, there's literally only one card in the entire deck with the number 10 on it, and one card with the number 1 on it. So you can use this as a difficulty generator. Something around 5 or 6 would be an average difficulty. How difficult will it be to climb this wall, or how difficult, you know, to cross this pit, whatever the case may be that your character may come across. It's also good as a way to determine what the NPC's attitude is towards you. 5 or a 6 would be something average, whereas, you know, a 1, he's ready to draw his sword and just stab you outright. And 10 would be he's super fanatic and ready to help you at a moment's whim. Again, it's solely up to your imagination, however you want to do this. The next section here, this right here where it says likely odds, this is like an oracle. If the odds are bad, even, or good, the answer to your yes or no question. Many of you have seen the mythic generators. There are plenty of other oracles online, but here's one right here in your hand. And if you look at this particular one, you'll see that the yes is capitalized and has the exclamation mark. So that's like an emphatic yes. And there are also some emphatic no's. Let's see if we can find one. I'm not seeing one right off the bat, but it's in here. So you'll have your oracle system. The third thing, well, here's your dice wheel. You got your dice for a D4, D6, D8, D10, 12, 20, and percentiles. A lot of people, a lot of players start getting a little antsy when the DM starts rolling dice behind the screen. Well, here's a way for a DM to just shuffle the cards, pick one at random, and the players won't know he's rolling dice. It also works if you have to play solo and, you know, have a sleeping baby or something in the next room, and, you know, you don't want your dice clattering on your desk. Here's an easy way simply to roll some dice. 4. This section here is the Norse runes section. These runes are akin to Norse gods, and there is a little card that comes along with it for what the symbol means, which I happen to use a whole lot just for, okay, I have a priest type character and I want to know what type of religion he follows. This particular one right here, this little straight line, stands for Izaz. Apparently the Norse god of ice and frustration, mental blocks, confusion to be unraveled, stalled until knowledge is gained. So let's say I happen to get an NPC wizard. This will let me know, oh, he's, you know, an ice mage. He specializes in ice magic. Or if it's a priest, this figure out what priest or what religion in your particular campaign setting would have something to do with ice, frustration, mental blocks, confusion, things of that nature. So that will help you with those aspects there. We will continue on, and where's my little? I lost my notes here for me, so just give me a second, please, and we will get back to the anatomy here. It's kind of hard to shoot a video, handle cards, and do all kinds of that stuff all at the same time, so please excuse me. The next section here, these are elemental symbols. You got your earth, fire, water, and air. Again, you happen to come across an NPC wizard. Well, what type of spells does he specialize in? He might be a fire mage or an earth mage. Again, it depends on the system in which you're playing. The next section here, these 3 words. This is what's called your random event. You have a verb, an adjective, and a noun. You simply draw 3 cards and then try to find words that will go together. So here you have to create relief, maybe. Somebody's in trouble, they need help. It's your PC's job to relieve them somehow. Or maybe fail, hopeless dispute. Maybe there's some type of political drama in your campaign, and you need a way, there's a dispute going on, and it's your job to go in there and stop that dispute from failing. Lots of charisma checks, I would believe. Again, this is interpreted up to your own, imagination. The next section is sensory snippets. You get little snippets for what your character may hear, see, smell, and touch. Actually, it's the other way around. Touch and smell. So you can, random encounter. You flip the card over. Oh, wet fur. That might indicate, some type of wild animals nearby. The next section here, right here in the middle, these are tag symbols. Now, these symbols have interpreted meanings, at least provided by the creator, but you can create your own symbols as well, or own interpretations as well. The interpretations they are giving, let me see if I can find that particular card. This tower represents an obstacle, a fortress, a location. The heart represents family, friendship, romance. And the shield represents protection, defense, and safety. So right there you actually have a mission generator. You have to travel to a location where your loved one might be because they need protection. Maybe they're being harassed by something. Goblins are raiding your father's farm or whatever. Again, let your imagination run wild. I use that quite a lot as like a simple, which way I want my journey to go. I want to travel to a location, help a loved one, defend them. And then I'll ask the oracle some questions. Where's my family member being held at? They've been captured, etc., etc., etc. Again, up to your own imagination. This right here represents scatter die or just random direction. You're playing a hex crawl and your character gets lost. What's the random direction they wind up going? Grenade-like missiles. I know a lot of old school D&D had the grenade-like missiles. You can use this right here to interpret that. The next category here is a list of belongings. This might be things that might be on a PC or NPC that your thief character is pickpocketing. Or it will also help you in the NPC generation process, and I will go over that later. The next is a list of names. Right here we got 3 names. How many times have you, been in a city and you ask the DM the town guard's name? He's like, I don't know. Well, that kind of destroys the whole imagination and verisimilitude of the game. Here the DM can just flip through some cards and poof, you got a name. Same thing for you as a solo player. If you want to give that NPC a name, well, just flip a card over and pick one of the right names, and there you go. Your NPC now has a name. The next section is a catalyst. A catalyst is something that, an inciting incident for a story seed. So let's say, let's use these 3 cards that we can see right now. I don't know if you can see it all that great. Let me see if I can adjust this a little bit. We will move it around some, and survey says, well, okay, well, what I was looking at was henchmen betray a master, and then use the location section in a dungeon. Somewhere the henchmen of friendly NPC, enemy NPC have betrayed the master. You might want to go investigate that. The next thing you got here is virtue and vices. Virtues and vices. This will give you a couple of character traits for your NPC. Or if you're making a character yourself and you don't know how you want to role play it out, you want to be completely random, you can use these cards to generate that effect. And then you have one of the best little parts is this little icon right here, little prompt icon. Many of you have probably seen and may have even used a product called Rory's Story Cubes, where you roll a bunch of dice to have the symbols, and those symbols you interpret into some type of story. You can do the same thing here. Rory Story Cubes, I believe, retail at $9.99 for 5 cubes, give or take. So that's 30 facings. Well, here you have 120 cards. That's 120 facings. Imagine the possibilities. You can just flip 5 of these cards over and create a story. Let's see. Lucky, Archer, maybe not so lucky. He's caught in an unlucky adventurer is caught in a spider web. There's you an event right there. A random trap, whatever you want to do. That's a catalyst maybe that, somebody was unlucky and got caught in a spider's web, and you have to go rescue them out of the spider's lair. It's completely and totally up to you. Now, some of the examples the creator has given in order to create an NPC is very simple. You simply draw 3 cards, you take a name from one, a virtue and a vice from the next, and the belongings from a third, and then you interpret these in context with each other. You may also look at the scenery snippet, a prompt icon, or a set of the tag symbols to add more detail. And then you can use the difficulty generator to see its relative power level or friendliness. You want to make a random encounter? Draw 2 or maybe optionally 3 cards. Take a verb from one, like we did before, and a noun from the other, and use these cards to make, a phrase. Let's say, for example, you get the phrase fight purity. That might suggest an attack by religious zealots. Or fight new purity might mean an invasion of crusading armies. Optionally, you can use the catalyst and a location using the prompt icons as well, or instead of the text, look at the sensory snippets for more details. Your limit on these cards is solely your imagination. I used these cards once on a road trip just to tell a story. Me and the driver literally played a game of D&D, of diceless D&D, and we told the story using nothing but these cards. These cards are very handy. They are probably one of the best products I have used in solo gaming, and they've also helped me greatly at the DM's table. And I've been playing D&D and other role-playing games for over 30 years. These cards are fantastic. I recommend you take a look at them, and feel free, if you have any questions, to post them below. I will try to get and answer your questions whenever possible. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video. This is my first video on this channel. I'm sure I've made lots of little mistakes. I'm sure it's not the best quality, but we do what we do with what we got. So, until my next video, I'll see you then. Have a good day. Bye.